Hello BookTube and welcome to Weekly Reads. This past reading week has been mixed. I started the reading week finishing off Republics of the New World by Hilda Sabato. This is a history that explores state formation in Latin America in the decades following their independence from Spain. She focuses on how republics became the exclusive political system in Latin America, how popular sovereignty has been expressed through elections, through the militia, through public opinion, which is generally where popular sovereignty has been placed in democratic systems. For what the book is, it's really good, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. I was hoping for a more narrative history of Latin America in the decades after independence. Instead, this Republics of the New World focuses more on sort of surveying the literature and drawing like theoretical conclusions from that. And for what it is really good, but yeah, I think you kind of need a foundation in Latin American history to really get a richer sense of the book and of what Sabato is trying to accomplish. So, yeah. Although I did like Republics of the New World significantly more than the next book I'm going to talk about. And that is The Woman Who Would Be Queen by Cooney. This is a biography of the Egyptian pharaoh Hatshepsut. And as much as I wanted to love this book, Hatshepsut is one of my favorite Egyptian pharaohs and one of my favorite women in history. But unfortunately, I do not get on very well with Cooney's prose. This is something that I experienced with her more recent book, When Women Rule the World. I find her style and her reliance on speculation to just be rather off-putting. In this book, some of her speculations I think are probably spot on, particularly why Hatshepsut became pharaoh and how she sidelined Thutmose III. But then some of her other speculations I'm just not sure about. And unfortunately, a lot of the book is speculation and not so much verifiable facts. So, yeah, it was a very frustrating read for the most part. I mean, there are good passages, but those are few and far between. So, yeah, I just fortunately did not get on with this book at all. The next book I really enjoyed, and that is Knossos and the Prophets of Modernism by Cathy, Gere. This book looks at the history of the creation of the Minoans, the people of ancient Crete, and how early modernism influenced their creation, and how that modernist creation then further influenced um, forms of modernism, and how those forms of modernism then were reflected back onto the Minoans. And that's a very fascinating history, and I really enjoy how Gere combines history and literary criticism and art criticism in theory to just really create for the most part, a very wonderful, very engaging book. I mean, I do have a few issues, particularly towards the end, where she spends a lot of the book criticizing Arthur Evans and HD to a lesser extent for their how do I say this? For some of their antics. For in Evans' case, obviously, he is guilty of archaeological malfeasance. He's quite a bit of unethical behavior on his part and on his team. And HD, some of her papers were edited a decade or more after she first wrote them down. So, but then there were some that she, like the feminist movement in the 70s and the Black Athena thesis, she's not as critical of, which I'm not entirely sure why they get a pass. But, and then also I think towards the end of the book, she reveals a wistfulness for the more romantic age of archaeology, where archaeology was more interpretive, more loose in its interpretation, and not as seemingly rigorous as it is now. And that she kind of prefers that sort of looser archaeology, perhaps. So that was the only drawback. I mean, for the most part, I really love this book. So, yeah. Highlight. Now, I must admit to some falling out with history this past week, where, I mean, clearly if you watched my book haul, I only picked up 2 works of history, and I've been feeling the past few weeks a bit put out with history. So when it came time to read Empires of the Week by J.C. Sharman, I wasn't enthusiastic. I really didn't want to read it. And I started with the preface and then the introduction, and I'm like, I don't want to read this. So I decided to not continue on with it. I'm sorry about that. So few people call me, and it's, yeah. Anyway, so I decided to not continue on with Empires of the Week, and instead read Philip Larkin's collected poems, which were for the most part quite good and enjoyable. So yeah. Although I do think he's a bit of a dude bro poet. So anyway, so what will I be reading this coming week? So I was thinking initially, perhaps since I'm going to have like a whole 4 days of August left, to maybe add another history to my history challenge. And so I was going to go with The Winter King, Henry VII and the Dawn of Tudor England by Thomas Penn. But I'm not terribly enthusiastic, so I probably actually won't be reading it. So I was thinking of getting some fiction read. So I was thinking maybe do some revisiting of some of the fiction books I had out a few weeks ago. So I might try to get to There by Tommy Orange. Priests of Bones by Peter McLean, which I will likely read since I just got in his most recent book in the War for the Rose Throne series, Priest of Gallows. And I do want to read the whole series at some point before the end of the year. Also, I could go at The Bone Maker by Sarah Beth Durst. And New Sons, original speculative fiction by people of color, edited by Nisi Shawl. And I could also read some of the manga I just picked up, which I'm not going to pull down from the shelves and show you until I decide to read them. So, yeah. So, in a way, I'm kind of disappointed how the History Challenge ended up. I really enjoyed The World Turned Upside Down by Yang Jixing and Knossos and the Prophets of Modernism by Cathy, Gere, but the other books were, I mean, Republics of the New World isn't exactly a disappointment. I mean, it's quite good, but I mean, certainly The Woman Who Would Be King, I think, soured. The whole kind of soured it, so I'm probably going to take a bit of a break from history for a few weeks. Obviously, Space Opera September's coming up. I've got some manga in to read, and I do want to kind of focus a bit on fiction. I'm planning on getting some more science fiction and fantasy in the coming months, which seems to be a tendency of mine that I do lately have buy more science fiction and fantasy towards the end of the year. Anyway, so plans for next week. I'm going to try to do the Mooks and Gripes book bucket list that Sean the Book Maniac created. I'll try to do that on Monday, unless there's a new entry in the Euro Rail book tag. On Tuesday, I'm hoping to be able to do the O tag by Gem of Gems Books, Reading and Stuff, and then maybe do some more tags on Wednesday and Thursday, and then of course on Friday will be weekly reads, where I'll show exactly who I decided to read and talk about them, and then we'll start work on Space Opera September, which I'm thinking I think I've got that big good idea of where to start. But anyway, BookTube, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now, and I will see you next week. So until then, thank you, have a great evening and weekend, and please stay safe.